Greetings and welcome to the online module on note-taking. Note-taking is so important, yet we never talk about it. We're taught to take notes in grade school, but unless you've done your own research on note-taking or attended a note-taking session, chances are you haven't really updated your note-taking skills since then, and that's problematic. Did you know that within 20 minutes of leaving the lecture, you've already forgotten over 40% of what you just learned? Within an hour, you've forgotten over 55%, and by the end of the day, you've forgotten 66% of the information you learned. 1 week later, you barely remember 75% of the information you learned, and that's per class period. That can make learning and ultimately retaining information feel like an uphill battle, but that's why we take notes. When we take notes and then review them, we give ourselves a shot at not only learning the information, but actually remembering it. Let's say you review your notes right after class. You would increase your rate of remembrance to 53%. If you reviewed your notes a second time within a day of taking those notes, you increase the information retained to just about 69%. If you review the information one more time that week, you retain 73% of the information. Now we're in the C- range, folks. If you review just one more time that month, you jump from the C- range to the A- range because you'll retain 90% of the information. So you can see that it's advantageous for you to review your notes. Reviewing your notes and retaining the information from your notes is only as good as your notes, however, so we'll talk about some do's and don'ts of note-taking. Do. Go to class, and I mean all of them. To take good notes, you have to be present both physically and mentally. Even if your professor shares their PowerPoint slides, you still need to be present to hear what your professor emphasizes, the questions that your peers ask and the answers to those questions, and any in-class examples that can help you grasp the information. While you're in class, engage in active listening. Rather than thinking about what's for lunch or the chemistry test that you have in an hour, be fully present in the class and listen to what the professor is saying. Pay attention to things like the inflection of your professor's voice, key words like "this'll be on your test," "this is important," and "pay attention to." They will help you ace the next exam. Don't write down everything that your professor says. First, that's literally impossible and you'll drive yourself insane trying to keep up. Second, trying to write down everything that your professor says won't allow you time to process the information being shared. Do yourself a favor and listen to not only what is being said, but how it is being said and the key words being used. Don't distract yourself. If you're easily distracted, don't place your phone, laptop, or tablet on your desk. Don't have social media websites up, and be fully engaged. Similarly, don't distract yourself with your professor. If your professor is a little odd, don't get caught up in their oddity to the point that it becomes a distraction. If your professor has a knack for errors in their PowerPoints, for example, things like spelling, grammar, or punctuation, don't get so caught up in trying to spot the error that you stop paying attention to what is being said. Do write a heading complete with the date, title of the class you're in, and the topics you will be discussing. Do record the major events of the class. Focus on questions asked in class and their answers, the concepts being explained, and any examples discussed. If your professor finds it important enough to write it down, so should you. Do use abbreviations and symbols to record information quickly and accurately. Some commonly used examples are before you. Do decide how you will note important things. Are all important concepts highlighted in pink, underlined, written in caps? Choose a way of noting important concepts and ideas and be consistent across all of your notes. Do use diagrams and pictures as needed to describe the content or ideas. Things that are better explained pictorially are events, sequences, and relational ideas. Do leave spaces after you've completed an idea in case your professor comes back to that idea later and adds more information. And finally, do keep all of your notes in an organized fashion. Along with general guidelines for effective note-taking, there are several styles of note-taking as well. Click on the effective note-taking link within this module to learn more about different note-taking styles. Thank you for watching.
Created using Powtoon.